Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Payne. Welcome back to another episode of Blu Ocean Crypto. So the countdown to the Axie part evolution has now begun, and by the time you guys see this video, it's probably going to be already out. So how does this work, and what do you guys need to know? This is huge, by the way, not just in Axie, but in crypto gaming, because these are going to be dynamic NFTs now that are going to be upgradable and changeable based on all of this. So this is really cool. So I'm going to go through their most recent blog post and just kind of break it down to everyone. So a couple key points. They talk about how the Garuda shrine is now officially open. You can redeem your fortune slips for a chance to win prizes. These fortune slips came from if you owned some of the rare Axies, like the special ones, the special seasons when you did Attila's Blessing. So that's pretty cool. That their consumables are power-ups for Axies. The first two they're introducing is called COCO and Premium that COCO for short, and they're going to grant AXP boosts when you give them to an Axie. Now the AXP, not to be confused with AXS, is the experience your Axie needs to level it up to a certain max level, which is going to allow you to evolve the different parts. And this is happening on the 19th. So this is pretty awesome that they're kind of rolling it out in stages, and you've been able to get those fortune slips already from the Attila's Blessing. So just kind of going through this, they talk about how you can exchange 10 for one lucky poach or 50 for one premium, which only contain one item at a time. So let's say you redeem your fortune slips for a lucky poach, you now have the chance of receiving COCO or Radiant Spirit Shell. That means you're guaranteed to get something. Okay, cool. So this is going to help us level up our Axies. That's pretty easy to understand. They talk about how the Mystic Axies hidden in the Garuda Shine Shop are among the rarest Axies ever. Here's an example of what they look like at level 1. And what it will look like as they evolved. So this is pretty cool. I like seeing these unique Axies as well. So like I mentioned, there's the Japanese Axie, Xmas, Summer, Origin, Mystic. These are the ones that let you get those fortune slips when you were doing the Attila's Blessing. So that's going to help you get consumables, which will be able to convert into AXS, which allows you to actually upgrade your Axie. Now you're still going to be able to get experience, and you don't need to have one of these Axies to do it. This is a great way for them to create more pressure, more buy pressure, and more demand on all of this. And they did a great job of kind of explaining this here. Step 1, own a collectible Axie. Step 2, you just gain the blessing, you get the fortune slips, and you can kind of see here the amount of slips that you get based on the collectible that you had. And then step 3 is purchasing and opening the lucky poaches to win on-chain prizes. Cool, I think we all understand that. So they're just going through here, like how to actually use it. When you're in this section and you feed it to them, it can show you the daily cap. So you can't just dump everything into it right away. So obviously there's an advantage to having the collection Axies to kind of level up the ones that you really want to. But I think we fully understand that now. They do talk about, I think this is worth mentioning, there's a daily AXS cap to prevent overstuffing Axies with COCO. That means you can earn so much AXP by feeding COCO to your Axies per day. However, this AXP cap earned from COCO will increase every 10 levels. And you can see here, all the way to level 50-59, it goes up to 15,000 max ASXP. So it's kind of neat. Like you could do so much, at lower levels, and then as you get higher, they're going to let you kind of push further, which makes sense. It's going to be harder to level up, and they will increase the maximum Axie level to 60 on December 19th. So that's huge. They're also talking about new materials called mementos. So materials are objects found around. They can be plants, minerals, artifacts, and more. Each Axie will leave behind materials upon release. So I really like this because this is introducing a mass burning mechanic. And I think we're going to see, we've already seen the floor price of Axies go up by like 50%, almost 100%, I'd say 120 sometimes. Often you have to buy a bunch of cheap burner Axies, I almost want to call them, to get your stamina up. So you want like 20 in your wallet at all times. So kind of 17 whatevers and then 3 of your main team. So as we've been going through with the guild and doing this, we've noticed the floor price has gone up quite a bit just within the last few weeks. So now when you release Axies into the wild, you're essentially going to be getting some of these materials back. That's what they're talking about here. So it shows here, material calculations, body part, there's percentage, what level, what kind of bonus materials you're going to get. So obviously, if you're willing to release an Axie that's already a decently high level, and I believe there's already a cap, like some Axies maybe can already be up to 30. Some of them may have already just naturally leveled over time. You definitely want to check that out. And you can navigate to that from, Axie's main marketplace area. There's a section where you can see level up your guys. So maybe throw away some of these old ones that you bought for cheap that are high level now. So this is where they're getting into it. You're going to receive mementos as ERC1155 tokens in your wallet whenever you release an Axie. On the 19th, you'll be able to use these mementos to evolve Axie parts. For example, let's say you release an Axie with 6 beast parts right now. In a few minutes, you'll see beast mementos in your wallet. It gets even more interesting. When you release Axies with parts from different classes, release an Axie with beast, reptile, and bird parts to get a combination of different parts. The higher level and breed count of the Axie you release, the more materials you're likely to receive. This is going to be interesting too, because now people are going to be looking for higher level, older Axies. So I think this is going to adjust some of the floor and some of the prices because, before it didn't matter. It was like, whatever, they're level 30, who cares? They're 4 to 7 breeds, throw it up for $4 or $5, people were buying it. Well, now if there's going to be more rewards, 120% bonus for a level 30, you're going to have to look at all these details on the Axies now. They also talk about estimated number of materials. I really like this. So it shows, breed count 0 through 7, and then shows all the way up to level 60. But here's the interesting thing. This shows that the higher the breed count, the more estimated number of materials. So they're not trying to get people to burn the ones that are low breed. They're trying to say, hey, if we already got them up to 4, 5, 6, 7, just get rid of them, recycle them. This is how we can burn them, deflate the Axie pool, because Axies can be breeded, infinitely. There's an infinite supply. This is really awesome. And it shows an example. It says total 210. You can kind of see the material weight, parts class, on-chain level was 11, breed count was 4 to 7. And then here's all of the materials you're going to get. I think this is really awesome. I like how clearly laid out this all is as well. They're also talking about Kendama, which is the Axie floor sweeper. You want to get a lot of materials in fast. That's why they built a tool, Kendama. It helps you filter your Axies by breed count and level and allows you to adopt them in bulk, sweeping up to 12 Axies in one transaction and save time when adopting new. Soon the Collectable tool will be integrated into app.axie. Now, use it here, and you can actually click and just go over and do it. Let's sweep 0 Axies, breed count, level, so you can just be like, done. Careful. You don't want to accidentally sweep one of the ones on your team. So I think there's a little bit of caution to do this. It does some talks about skip first 10 Axies, so be careful when you're using it, but it's pretty neat. So final thoughts, they're talking about how the 19th, you're going to be able to start evolving your Axie parts. They'll share more information, the cost of evolution when things go live. But this is huge, right? After 5 years, Axies will become dynamic NFTs, digital collectibles that evolve as you play with them.
I want to play.
And I think this is just going to help change the meta. It's going to make things really interesting. Maybe there's some parts you want to evolve, some parts you don't. There's going to be this whole need to kind of release Axies to gain the materials to upgrade the ones that you do, which is more buy pressure. I'm stoked for this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for being subscribed to the channel. It really helps out. Appreciate it a lot. And thanks again for smashing that like button. See you all in the next video. Cheers.